Hello. Thank you for coming. So today we are talking about all things VMware migration. I hope most of you were able to attend the demo yesterday during the keynote, but today we're going to get a little bit more in depth and talk about some use cases and user stories. And also, I'll be talking about how the OpenInfra Foundation is kind of managing this market opportunity. So let's get started. So in 2023, Broadcom announced their acquisition of VMware. I'm sure everybody's familiar with it, but things just kind of kept getting worse. Immediately, Broadcom's VMware users started realizing that prices were going to skyrocket, that after 1 year, everybody is looking to abandon ship and try to figure out another option, or scrambling to try to renew their contract with VMware and get some kind of last minute deal before the Broadcom deal goes through. And even 2 years later, or a year and a half later, Broadcom continues to reshape the way that they're managing their partner ecosystem. They're continuing to restrict and decrease the number of partners that they're working with, and literally pulling the rug out from under the businesses that they had partnered with for so long. Now, obviously, yes. Oh, I can just try to speak louder. Is that better? Sorry about that. Okay, so analysts have obviously begun to take notice. Forrester has talked about the disruption in Broadcom's acquisition of VMware back in 2024, and we continue to see this kind of bad news play out, or bad news for VMware, that they're losing market share, right? And in fact, as I mentioned yesterday, they're predicted to lose 30% of their market share by 2029. And even as late as this month, they continue to push licensing changes on their customers. So now people that are using Google Cloud that used to be able to use VMware, Google's VMware license, are no longer allowed to do that. So it's just throwing customers for a loop. And I already mentioned this 30% in 2029. So what can we do? What can customers do? What are their options? And I think a lot of people say, oh, well, we could check out Proxmox, or we could move to Nutanix. The problem with Proxmox is a perfectly fine solution. I think it's a good VMware alternative, but it doesn't scale. Nutanix, you're just putting all of your eggs in a different basket. Nutanix has already begun raising prices. It's basically single vendor, open source, and you're putting yourself in the exact same position where they can, at the last minute, change the terms of the contract, change the terms of their open source license. So what's the solution? We believe that the solution is to look at things the OpenInfra way. We do things for OpenStack using principles called the 4 opens: open source, open development, open design, and open community. Literally, everything is in the open by a collaboration of many companies, right? So it's not just one company managing this. It's an ecosystem of partners. It's developers from companies all over the world and users from all over the world that are supporting what we call the 3 forces to make a healthy community and a healthy open source project. And this large network of users and our community help provide a healthy open source alternative to something like VMware. So digging into the three forces a little bit, we have our users. In our most recent user survey, which comes out every year, we should have the actual report a little bit later this year, but 64% of OpenStack respondents say they're running the majority of their infrastructure on OpenStack, right? And what we're seeing is growth in the SMB space, which is great news because that's the very space that VMware has had a stranglehold on for a very long time. So as we see this growth, and I don't think I have it on this slide, but OpenStack has now grown to 55 million cores in production. So we're already seeing more adoption of OpenStack. We're already seeing users, especially around things like digital sovereignty, turn to an open source solution. So we have the user base, and we also have our ecosystem. If you haven't seen it, earlier this year we published a VMware to OpenStack migration guide. Over 30 companies came together to create this guide that really gives a step-by-step comparison of what VMware looks like compared to OpenStack, how you can sell this to your C-level folks that are maybe a little bit hesitant to look into OpenStack or haven't looked at it for a long time. So check out that guide. There's a QR code there. Also, we have our upstream developers, our other force. Since 2023, when the upstream community realized what was going on with VMware and also all the opportunities around AI, they began immediately responding in a way that I think only open source communities can respond, rapidly deploying new features to help enhance people's journey from VMware to OpenStack, and also to help support GPU workloads and AI workloads. So again, we've got some migration case studies there. If you want to take a look at that, please check out that QR code. So what's next? Our VMware Migration Working Group put out this incredible guide. Last year we did a white paper. So we encourage you, we're opening this up to the whole community. Previously it has been sort of an OpenInfra member working group, but we would love to hear from you. What kind of things do you want to see in OpenStack? What kind of features do you want the VMware working group to work on? Do you have user stories? Put it in the Etherpad, and we will work to address this as a community, because I believe this is a long tail sort of thing. We have the next 3 to 4 years where this situation is, this situation is going to continue to play out. So we need to continue to adapt as a community and continue to evolve our software and help support a growing ecosystem around OpenStack. So if you're interested, you're welcome to talk to me about membership of the OpenInfra Foundation. I'd love to thank our members that are supporting us. And in fact, we have a couple here today that are about to talk, Klura and Canonical and cloud-based solutions. So thank you for that. And come join us to build the next decade of open infrastructure.